Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to see how I can set this up because my thing wasn't working for the stand. And so now I'm going to have to do this. And it's really annoying that Okay. We'll do it this way. I'll sit on the floor. We'll do it Japanese style. I should probably back this up a little bit then. I need some room. Okay. So, one new thing that I saw added to the menu, because as you know, I developed a gluten allergy, so I can't eat things with gluten, is that a lot of these pizza places are doing gluten-free pizza. Now, one thing I will say, I got mine from Papa John's. I might try the other places, but I've never, out of all three being, the three being Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's, I don't know why I've always liked Papa John's more. I don't know why. I know a bunch of people have done those like triple taste test things, and for some reason people seem to like Domino's. I'm not really a huge fan of Domino's. I noticed when I was on the Domino's site though that they have like two different kinds of like tomato sauce. Like they have robust tomato and then hearty marinara. Maybe it was the sauce I was getting that made it taste not as good. I don't know. This is just sometimes when I want to be like real, like we're not going to be, you know, great and dignified. No, if I want like good quality pizza, when I'm home, I'll hit up Lou Malnati's because freaking amazing pizza. Chicago's best. I'm sorry, but I'm saying that. That is Chicago's best, not Giordano's. It is Lou Malnati's. And I don't care what kind of blast I get from that. Oh my God, my back is itching. I hate when you have an itch on your back and like you can't reach it. But anyways, I got Papa John's. It's a very tiny box. It's like the size of like a small pizza. It took them a while to get here. They were like late because the guy didn't read my instructions. So he's like, I'm trying to like buzz the thing and it's not letting me up. And I'm like, you need to call. So the pizza got like cold, which I'm not too thrilled about that. I can like feel it. It doesn't even feel warm. So that is something I'm going to make probably a complaint about. Let's take a look and see. Oh. Okay. Opening it, I'm kind of like, okay. I asked for it to be cut into squares because I like that. And because from what I had seen of people's reviews, because gluten-free dough is not really the best. It doesn't really have like a crust. So I got it cut in squares, but this just looks, I'm sorry, I need to lift this up, but this just looks so sad. Like, look at this. I mean, are you seeing this? I don't know. It looks kind of sad. It doesn't smell bad though. It smells pretty good. I'm like trying to like, because I'm looking and I can see, I'm like, oh, I'll put it over here. We're going to see if we can get this one. I'm not having a good day with this. And I had bought a bunch of stuff, as you know, the other day to cook, but I got busy and I was doing my exercise, which I still have to get back to doing. I did part of it and I want to do some more when I'm watching TV, but I'm taking breaks. My stomach started growling and I was like, dude, I'm hungry. This is actually really tiny. And I'm like somebody who can maybe like regular pizza. I used to be able to get through like maybe like 2 slices. I feel like I could eat way more than that, obviously, because these are really tiny. Look at this little corner. Look how tiny that is. Okay, so let's see. I had gotten pepperoni, and then on half of it I had gotten mushrooms because I was wondering if maybe that would taste better because people were like, reviews were for all of it, don't just get cheese, get toppings, otherwise it doesn't taste good. I was wondering if I maybe needed to order more sauce or not. I got regular sauce and it seems to be okay. I was wondering if maybe it would be dry. I've been looking for like pizza alternatives because before I had to go gluten-free, I was like kind of cutting out pizza. But like I like having it as an option when I'm feeling like a fat day, like I want to eat something that I feel like I know isn't really super healthy. I like to eat pizza. But yeah, so did that. I've been doing some more research, mainly hitting up YouTube and finding like things that people are recommending that they think is good. One pizza that people are claiming is really good. Like some people liked Udi's. I didn't mind Udi's. It was just okay. The Amy's pizza was all right. I probably liked the Udi's more than I liked the Amy's. Amy's was just kind of, but everybody keeps going that there's one pizza, it's a gourmet pizza called Against the Grain. I am going to get that at some point and try it, and we will see how it goes. So, all right, I'm gonna take a middle slice. I'm gonna get some with the mushrooms and pepperoni on it. Ooh, smells good. Mmm. That is actually, that's quite nice. Mmm. I like that. Way better than the frozen pizza. Once again, I haven't had all the frozen pizzas, but I think it's better now. Okay. So here's the thing. They say on the site, and all three of them do. I think California Pizza Kitchen now is doing gluten-free. I'll have to put that on my list of places to try also. I'm like trying to hit up a lot of things. I'm not going this weekend because this weekend I have a wedding, but next weekend, back by my parents' house. Anybody who knows me, I live here in Rockford, but I didn't really, I don't know, I haven't really acclimated that much. Part of me kind of doesn't want to. And when I tried, that was an ex and it didn't go too well, and I still have to work with him, so I don't know. But I haven't really become acclimated. So I go home a lot because all my friends are back where I grew up, which is only an hour away. But my family's there, all my family's there, because we all live ridiculously close to each other, like within 15 minutes of each other. So all my family's over there, all my friends are over there. So I go back there like every weekend. But in Glenview, it is a gluten-free bakery, which I'm thinking of asking my brother's girlfriend if she wants to hit it up with me. It's supposed to be like a bakery slash they make like pizza, bread, and stuff, but they also do a lot of vegan stuff as well. So I'm thinking about asking her if she wants to check it out, because I know my brother wouldn't go and do that. And I know she'd probably like to, because I don't know if she's heard of it. I've got to ask her if she's heard of it. She might not have, because they don't specify like, oh, we're a vegan place, because they only have some vegan choices, but all their choices are gluten-free. So I kind of wanted to try getting some baked goods, like a coffee cake or something like that from there. Maybe trying like one donut, but just seeing how it is, because one thing I'm noticing about gluten-free breads and doughs and anything like that, I'd gotten a cupcake. My mom had gotten me a cupcake. We got it from, I'm trying to think, Whole Foods. It was Whole Foods, and it wasn't bad. It's funny that I'm like wanting to go to the bakery and like try out all these things, because I'm not a cake person. I really don't like cake. The only cake I really ever liked to eat was Mariano's cake. They make freaking amazing cake, which if you can eat gluten, oh my God. I think Mariano's makes gluten-free cupcakes though, and I want to go over there and try it because they make amazing cake. But other than that, I haven't really liked cake. But the cupcake that they made, it was like this grainy kind of quality, almost that like you'd get from like, not even a muffin, like cornbread. That's what it reminded me of, like vanilla flavored cornbread. And it kind of had that like grainy, like kind of thing that reminded me of it. And it wasn't bad, because I actually quite like cornbread more than I do cake. So I didn't have a problem with it. But for somebody who really likes cake, I don't know if it would be a good job. Sorry, I'm like yanking up my bra. But this is actually good. I'm kind of surprised. It's very small, and like I know that it's in like a small thing, but if they were to cut this into like the triangles, like even a small like regular pizza would be bigger than this. Like, part of me wants to be like, really, guys, you could have made it a little bit bigger. Like they need to pre-warn somebody, because like if I were to get a small, like I've got like if I were to ever eat a small pizza, my mom wouldn't eat Papa John's, but like a friend, like the two of us could eat a small together. Like if we were just having something for like lunch and we weren't super hungry, or dinner and we weren't super hungry, or we had like stuff with it, we could eat a small together and it'd be fine. This, I have a feeling we would need more than one pizza if I was going to eat it with someone, because it's very, very thin. I don't know if you can see this here. So let me show you. The crust is like I don't know if you can hear that. It's got a crispy quality and it's not bad. Like, I think what I'm starting to miss, and I'm going to miss, and I miss about bread, and I'm going to miss it about pizza, is I like that kind of chewy, doughy quality, which I'm starting to understand is basically what gluten contributes to those things, because I have yet to find any that you're kind of like, you get that kind of spongy. Now, there are a lot of recommendations, and I haven't gotten to try a lot of things yet, but I've noticed that, and it's made me a little sad. But like this, and then you've got the toppings. Everything else is just like how you would get on a regular Papa John's pizza. So the flavor, I shouldn't even say exactly like regular Papa John's flavor. Like, honestly, I think it tastes kind of, I think it tastes better. Like, I could give this to my mom. She would probably eat this. She wouldn't eat regular. But I think that's because she doesn't like the dough. She likes thin crust. So I should tell her, be like, it's expensive though. Like, this tiny thing with the toppings, they had a deal going, like to promote the gluten-free. So it was, if you got it, I think it was carry out or delivery. Yeah, it was carry out or delivery, but it was a 2-topping pizza for $9.99. So, I mean, and it's tiny. Like, I could get like that kind of promotion, and it would be like for like a large, like what was one of the things going, like up to like 5 toppings, large pizza for this, and it was like $11.99. So it's kind of, but it does taste really good. I'm a little surprised they didn't put, usually one of the signature trademarks of Papa John's is the little side of garlic butter, and it's not here. I'm a little surprised by that. I'll have to do like more research, and if anybody knows, feel free to put it in the comments. But when I originally looked it up, they have 2 types. There's garlic, the garlic sauce, the garlic butter sauce, that is what they usually put in, and then I guess they have something called garlic parmesan sauce. Now, the garlic parmesan sauce has wheat in it, so it has gluten. However, the garlic butter sauce didn't have anything in it that was gluten. It had soy, but I'm pretty sure soy doesn't have gluten. I'm pretty sure. I think that's like the whole point, because it's like from a bean. So, yeah. I think soy is gluten-free. There was nothing in it. I mean, it wasn't even like soy was like a main thing. Like, there were like contained soy. So, along with being like so behind that it was like, because it's like dead cold. It's like eating like cold pizza, which I'm not happy about. Like, dude, I would think this about any pizza. Like, what the heck? Like, they didn't like take any means to like keep it warm. So I kind of want to, I'm probably going to call and kind of list a little complaint, but also be like, dude, you didn't give me my freaking, but they give you the freaking, what is it, jalapeno pepper, banana pepper. I'm not going to eat this. I don't know anybody who does. I think I've known like 2 people who will eat these. No. Gonna try one without mushrooms. I think it tastes any different. I should have gotten the mushrooms on all of it. The mushrooms make it better. This isn't bad, but The mushrooms do add a taste to it that's better. So, toppings, yes. I'm probably going to talk to you. I could probably finish this whole pizza. Like, honestly, I'm not going to because I need some stuff for lunch tomorrow for work. But I could. I'll test tomorrow and I'll let you know how reheating goes, because I always wonder that with some pizzas. Like, you can get them and when they're fresh and they're hot, they're really good. But sometimes they're not good cold. And sometimes they're not good if you have to reheat them. They don't taste as good. I have my water all the way over here. Hold on. Stretch. Okay. I'm like ridiculously thirsty. Drinking loads of water from my Haley B cup because everything always tells you should drink more water. But I don't know. I think it's good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they mention, and all the places do. This is what I was gonna get at, and I kept getting distracted by what I was saying. Possibly not recommended for people with celiac disease. Okay? Because they can't guarantee the process of slight cross-contamination. Like, I think when they put the pizzas down, even though they may try to clean up the area, it may land with some area that has flour. People, even though they have their gloves on, if they have gloves and they're handling only condiments, they don't think to change them out for things that are, if they did a pizza with flour and they're still grabbing condiments, and then they can grab condiments with those same gloves that have flour on them to do other pizzas. So I know there was two people, they, what's the thing? It's called like Nema, I think is the thing. I'm not quite sure what Nema is. I want to say, I believe it's an app. But they have this like portable thing that you can like portably test gluten, which I don't know why somebody would want to buy that. I mean, unless it's like the way peanut allergy is and it's going to kill you on the spot. But I wasn't super worried about that. I probably am going to have to adjust it, but in the same breath, I'm thinking baby steps. There might be slight cross-contamination, but considering that I've been basically, until I was given all this information, I was basically eating everything with gluten not too long ago, I'm not gonna die. Okay, maybe like once we get a few months in, we'll see. Because I'm eating it now, but most of the time I try not to really eat pizza that much because it's not the best health choice. And I'm trying to slim down a little bit more. I've been working really good. Lost like 10, 12 pounds. So I guess there are different variants because there's like gluten allergy, there's celiac disease, there's gluten intolerance, and there are varying levels of severity in each category. So there are some people who may have celiac disease and like okay, there was one person who posted, her name was like Ashley's Green Life or something like that. She did something on like her top rated gluten things. But then there were people like putting her on blast like, oh, you put this stuff up and you mentioned corn and you mentioned rice and that's not a, which first of all, I'm like, okay, excuse me, no. Corn and rice are allowed by anyone who advertises or anything. They'll even be on a lot of packages for like corn tortillas and like for rice options. It'll even say now that they have to have like the gluten-free option. Like Chex cereal has always been, it's been known as being gluten-free for years and years and years. It's a rice cereal. Like, to say like, oh, you can't have rice because it's not really gluten free. Like there were people who were like arguing it, and I'm trying to think. I guess there's, and because they kept throwing these names around, Dr. Osborne, which I wondered if that was Dr. Oz. I need to look it up. But the other one was Dr. Axe. I went and looked him up, okay? Dr. Axe is a chiropractor and like a nutritionalist, okay? Which, great, but I'm sorry, and some people go like, oh, you shouldn't be like referring to like, I'm sorry, I'm referring to a medical doctor for something that is a medical issue. I know there's some people who totally don't agree with that and are like, no, you know, you should be seeing a, you know, nutritionists, they specialize. No, at the end of the day, they're going and getting some stuff. Yes, do they know things to make you healthy? But they are not an expert. They do not know all the medical components that make up why your digestive system may be rejecting this and why the antibodies may work. They can work off of basically theories and information that was given to the world by medical doctors, okay? So like when people kind of go like, oh, you know, and they make these like comments, I want to be like, oh my God, like, I'm sorry. I always want to be like, people, do you hear yourself? Like, are you listening to yourself? That's like saying, I don't know. I don't know. It's like saying, you know, you've got an eye infection, so you're going to go see a dentist. Okay? That's honestly what I think of when I hear somebody use like him as an example for all this stuff. It's like saying I have an eye infection or I have a ear infection and I'm going to see the dentist. Okay? Like what can they do? That's not their area. They weren't trained in that. They don't know anything about that, like from a medical standpoint. Why would you go to a dentist? And that's how I feel about that. So calm down, rant over. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. I feel like it's just people sound kind of like stupid when they say that. And I feel the need to say that, like not to be like harsh. But honestly, I think sometimes people immediately go off on something and they're so quick to be like, oh, I read these specialized articles. Like, okay, there was a doctor who was promoting that, you know, freaking, what was it before? Autism was from vaccinations. Like there's no, you know, correlation is not causation. Okay, that's like the, you know, the phrase used. Like just because you can pull out something like, oh, we see this and oh, this could be this and this and this. And all the people who always put it, like I love when people put it down, they are always people who have no medical training, no background in anything like that. They're like, well, I'm not a this or this, but I do my research. Great. Doing your research means jack. If there's somebody who's willing to publish something or is allowed to publish something privately, even if they are a doctor, if they have a belief system and they think that this is how it works, if it's not supported by the overall medical board that puts everything out for food and stuff, I'm kind of like, no, sorry, you know. But yeah, he's a specialist in natural remedies, natural medicine remedies, and he's a chiropractor and a nutritionist, which good if you want to get healthy. Okay, if you want to be healthy and do it for like that, but not going off of, oh, you're wrong because you're allowed to have this. Like, no. Okay, and I've already had to give up a million food things. You're not freaking taking rice away from me, you little. Sorry, I felt like a low battery. But yeah, so anyways, but it's recommended because they say, yeah, cross-contamination. And I think everybody's system is different. There are some people who like cross-contamination, even if it's really minor, can really be bad for them. And there's some people who I think maybe it's not. I think people who maybe were born with celiac disease and have always had that. I think if there are things like cross-contamination because their body hasn't built up any resistance because they've known that they have celiac since they were a baby and have always, or really young and have always kind of not introduced it to the system, I feel like, yeah, I feel like something like that they'll be like, no, because if you're born with celiac disease and you've always had that, it's like anything else. It's naturally going to totally set you off, and even little things will set you off. But just like peanut allergies, how some can't be around peanuts and some people can't like even get like touched with it or anything, and they like, you know, I think there are varying levels. I think my system, even though it's crashing and burning, is still a little bit higher considering how much before I had of gluten in my diet. So the possibility of slight possible contamination on the very low percent, I'm okay with. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I've been really good about everything else. I had to throw away some more stuff that I thought was gluten-free, and then when I went through it, I was like, that sneaky little wheat tries to get in, tries to trick you, because I've been trained my whole life to think wheat is healthy, because I've been on diets since like 5th grade. I've always had like a weight management problem, and my mom, it's more my mom, she had an issue with me having a weight management problem. So I've always been on diets and seeing nutritionists and stuff like that. So wheat was always like, wheat is good, it's healthy, versus white flour and, you know, sugar and stuff like that. So now it's like training myself to be like, no, 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 wheat isn't good either. You can't have wheat either. So wheat is a sneaky little SOB. It's still good pizza. This is my favorite. I'm rating this #1. And it was worth the extra money to have it. It was pricey though. When I was said and done, even with the deal and delivery, okay, which Papa John's, what the hell? $2.99 delivery fee, then tax, and then they say that doesn't include tip. Like, I kind of want to be like, no offense, but I think tips for people who deliver is kind of like BS if you have a delivery fee. Like, especially if it's a high delivery fee, like what the hell are we tipping for then? Like, literally, you've got all the money, you're making a profit, because what you're paying for those ingredients sure as heck not what you're pushing it out at. Let's be real. And then you put on tax, okay? And then you put in a delivery fee, and then on top of it, you're like, oh, tip. I mean, I gave a smaller tip because at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, honestly, if it had come the way it did, I probably wouldn't. I would have been like, okay, I would have been hard pressed. I don't feel bad about my low tip either, because they took their sweet time and gave me a cold pizza. So, and I say low tip, it was like $1 versus the $2 that you would price-wise for what it costs. I did $1 because I was kind of like, when I saw how high the delivery fee had gotten, because it used to be like $1.50 delivery fee, and now that it's like doubled that, I'm like, okay, like, I get it, but not really. I'm excited about the butter. Although if anybody knows if that butter is, if it does have gluten, let me know. It's good. This is probably my favorite pizza so far. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of loving it more than regular Papa John's. I mean, I miss like the doughy and the chewy. That's a really crunchy piece. Like, listen, you can hear it. But it's good. I like it. So I would say yes for it. They do pre-warn you, but maybe not recommended for the possible cross-contamination. But I think if you're somebody who has maybe an intolerance or didn't have something like that your whole life, later in life, and you've done a lot of stuff, I think it would be okay. Like when those people tested it with the thing, they said it was like they have like a high, you know, they test for even like smaller trace amounts. So for a lot of people, it might not be bad. It probably wouldn't be bad. And it's good. I like it. I'm gonna have food for tomorrow. I've got to exercise. I can't eat anymore. See, like, I made a dent in this pizza. Like, look at this. Like, look. I feel like I ate so much. I think the next show I'm doing is going to be, because I feel like the need, cause especially since I did an eating show, I feel the need to discuss the issue with mukbangs and why I think they're a problem. So that will probably be my next one. I see like most of these so far. Who knows, a couple months down the line, a year down the line, who have seen it, if people will agree, if they won't like it. So far I noticed that nobody's really watching it, but it's okay because for the most part I'm making them for me. However, for some stuff like this, I would like it if people would see, because I want people to have options. And I'm always grateful for people who do stuff like this on YouTube, because when I'm trying to figure stuff out, I love when people go about doing it, because then, you know, you're able to look and see what your options are. And I think that's really, really important. So, all right, I am going to finish my exercise and decompress, and I have to get up early tomorrow, so finish watching my show. I'm watching, what is it, top 10 gluten-free dishes on YouTube while I'm making a YouTube video. I got YouTube on my TV. So, all right, you guys have a good night, and I will see you later.